Chapter 5. Analyzing the Audience. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another lesson on public speaking. I'm Adnan Ayaz, and we will be dealing with analyzing the audience. Moving on to the topic, audience-centeredness. The first thing first, keeping audience foremost in mind during speech preparation and presentation. First thing. Second thing, audience-centered questions. Before you could go on keeping the idea of audience-centeredness, you need to ask a few questions. Whom am I going to speak to? Or to whom am I speaking? Then, what do I want them to know, or believe, or do? What is the most effective way of accomplishing that aim? By that aim, I would mean the previous questions. Whatever I want them to do, how would I be actually convincing them to do that particular job or action? Identification, which means emphasizing common values, goals, and experiences. Then egocentrism, tendency, which is actually the definition of this is tendency of people to be concerned about all with their own values and beliefs and well-being, and that's what we call egocentrism. Then demographic audience analysis. It's about being familiar with their age, gender, and sexual orientations. Then demographic audience analysis, which is racial, ethnic, and cultural background, religion, and group memberships. These are the points that are to be kept in mind and considered before analyzing the audience, or while we are doing the analysis of the audience. Then we have stereotyping. We have two things here: creating oversimplified image of group, and number two would be usually done by all members of group. All the people of the group are actually considered to be the same. Keeping in mind or believing that all the people of the group are similar in their action, in their behavior, or in their thoughts, which is unwise. Moving to the next slide, situational audience analysis. We have two things there, which is size and physical setting. Situational audience analysis could be depending on three: disposition toward topic, disposition toward speaker, disposition towards occasion. Moving on to attitude. Well, attitude would be a frame of mind in favor of or in the opposition to somebody or some person. Now, the opposition or favor could be to some person, some policy, or belief, or institution, etc., etc. Next comes getting attitude. Coming out of attitude and getting audience information. Types of questions that you could be asking your audience. One type would be fixed alternative. Second, scale type of questions, and third will be open-ended question. Not to worry, we do have examples in the following slide. First, we talked about fixed alternative questions. The example: do you know what the insanity plea is in the US legal system? And then we have three questions or three options: yes, no, not sure. This is one type. The other would be scale questions, which is: how often do you believe the insanity plea is used in U.S. court cases? So there is a scale there, as you can see here below. It starts from very seldom and moves on, keeps on going till very often. That's what we call a scale question. And there could be even more options there. Then third type would be open-ended questions, which is going to be like, what is your opinion about the insanity plea in U.S. court cases? So it's an open-ended question where you can state your own opinion, where you can say anything that you feel is good or bad, right or wrong, whatever. So that's what they call it, an open-ended question. Like, yeah, you're free, you're at liberty to say whatever you will, whatever you wish to. And then adapting before speech. Yes, this is an important element. Assess how the audience will respond to your speech. This is the important thing. And then adjust speech to make it clear and convincing. Your speech should be adjusted according to your audience. I mean, keep the audience in your mind. I mean, make it, again, this is the same word. Keep it audience centered. Keep your speech audience centered so that you may have no trouble in presenting it. And to the last slide, we are now here. It says adapting during the speech. That was the previous slide was adapting before the speech, and this one is adapting during the speech. You might have to do some changes or some alteration during it. So adjust for unexpected circumstances. Make sure if there is something untoward as happening, you need to adjust accordingly and change your speech according to it. And then watch for audience feedback. Of course, during the speech, it's important that you keep an eye, or keep both of your eyes on the audience, so that you may know what their feedback is, whether they're happy, they're angry, what kind of gestures are they giving, what kind of body language is coming out of them, how are they actually expressing themselves. So that's all. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Hope you like it. Thank you once again.